You see, a true Huaqiangbei champ never gives up. Them Huaqiangbei be cloning everything they see. They clone them JBL, they clone them Bose, they clone even Sony speakers. And I'll tell you what, I found the gem of all clones. This is the JBL Charge 5 clone. The Sowo Surgeboom 3. I already popped the grill off. I'll show you what it is like with the grill on. There. Haha, look at that. Obviously, a JBL clone. This is like a plus size JBL Flip 6. But I'll tell you what, it's got a JBL Charge sized woofer and a tweeter. Pop the grill off. It doesn't matter. The sound does not change, unlike the Zicoroops. And I'll tell you what, this is the big China aggro speaker, right? It is now officially the new King of Huaqiangbei has dethroned this dumbass Zicoroop speaker over here. I'm not saying this thing is bad. It's just, you know, there's always something better out there. So, I'm going to do some sound comparisons. I'm going to compare this, again, the Zicoroop, with the Tozo. Yep, it's Tozo. This is Sowo. This is Tozo. You always get them mixed up, huh? This is the Tozo. I'll put my custom tuning into it. Now, with the custom tuning, the thing is, it sounds good, and it's all good. It works just fine with all music. It's just, the problem is I couldn't get it to save in the flash of the chip. It only saves in the RAM. It's kind of a problem. It's probably a firmware issue. I already got andesite. I'm probably trying to figure it out with, you know, risky IDEs. Probably have to like rewrite the firmware or something. I'll figure it out. Good thing the MV Silicon is apparently written with C, which I'm good at, or know how to do. And the last but not least, this is not a Huaqiangbei speaker. We're going to compare it against the Sony XB33. Why? Because this is very good. I feel like this is the best Sony speaker like ever. The new XE series are junk. Even worse than the cheap-ass Huaqiangbei crap. And honestly, except for this and probably the XB3 and the XB30, they've not made any decent speakers ever since. Let's do the sound check. Let's start with the Zicoroops. Alright, people, I just want to say beforehand, because this is a new Huaqiangbei King. This is like literally the coronation ceremony of this thing. It's going to be a long-ass video. The timestamp's in the description. So if you want to skip through, like, you want to see me compare it against something else, or you want to see the stereo pair session, which I will do later, skip through it. It's down there in the description. It's in the timestamp. Just click on that little time-looking thingy-majiggle. It's going to skip right to it. Alright, let's get to the sound check, comparing it against Zicoroop. 50% volume. Alright, let's get to it. Alright, let's get it.
Is it just a dream I'm having inside my fantasies? Come to me. You are in my thoughts. I never strayed from the heart of you. Come to me. And if we can be honest, we can be under the water.
That's 50% volume. Now we're going to turn both to max volume, starting from the Sowo first.
I'll give to you all of you. It touches like the starlight. Your body makes me delve into all I do, taking me to land. Got me on the surface.
very loud. Anyways, as you can see, sound-wise, in my opinion, there's a reason why the Sowo is the current king. The Zicoroop is the previous generation of the Huaqiangbei kings, because the Sowo simply sounds a lot more balanced, and at 60% volume of the Zicoroop is when it starts to distort. It's about as loud as the Sowo at 50%, which does not distort at all. The Sowo speaker stays clean across the entire volume range, although the bass isn't as boosted, and it probably isn't as loud. It's better sounding in general, and I feel like it's more pleasant to listen to the Sowo than the Zicoroop, which is why I think the biggest thing for the Bluetooth speaker is the sound part. It's got to sound good, which is why I think the Sowo dethroned the Zicoroop, and now we're going to see how it compares against my tuning of the Tozo. Alright, now I'm going to start, from the Tozo. I'm sorry, from the Sowo. I told you I'm going to confuse them. Anyways, the Tozo, I have uploaded my settings into it. It's going to save as long as I don't turn it off. So, let's compare them. 50% on the Sowo. Let's go.
Is it just a dream I'm having inside my fantasies? Come to me. You are in my thoughts. I never stray from the heart of you. Come to me. And if we surface, we can be under the water. Searching you, I wanna feel every part of this. Come to me, forever and a day. Whatever feelings take hold of you, set me free.
Alright, now I'm going to be cranking both of them to the max volume. I'm going to start from the Sowo, and then we're going to get to the Tozo. I'm going to compare them. Let's get to it. Alright, let's start.
I give to you all of you. It touches like the starlight. Your body makes me delve into all I do. Taking me to land. The surface, we can be under the water. Underwater love, and if it serves a deeper purpose, we can be under the water. For underwater love can be under.
Alright, so as you can see, obviously the Sowo plays a little louder. In my opinion, the Tozo sounds better because obviously I tune it, but I can't get the settings to save, which is why it's not the Huaqiangbei King, you know what I mean? Still, the Sowo is not far behind. The only reason that I felt like the Tozo is a little better is because it has a little more treble extension and sparkle. Other than that, they're pretty comparable. Alright, let's move on. Alright, starting with the Sowo at 50% volume yet again. Let's go. Alright, I just realized I was it was the Sony playing. Alright, now it's the Sowo. Let's continue the comparison.
My loving inside my fantasies, come to me. You are in my thoughts, I never stray from the heart of you. Come to me, and if we can't be on the surface, we can be under the far underwater love. And if it serves a deeper purpose, we can be under the water. It's underwater love. Am I touching you? I wanna feel of these. Come to me. Forever and a day, whatever feelings take hold of you, set me free. The body that I give to you, all of you. It touches like the starlight. Your body makes me delve into all I do. Taking me to land, and if we can't be on the
Alright, we turning it up to max volume, starting with the Sowo again.
we can be under the water. Underwater love, and if it serves a deeper purpose, we can be under the water. For underwater love, can be on the surface, and we can be under the water. We can be under.
Yeah, as you can see, they play both about as loud. I think the Sony's a little louder, but it's distorted. So, there you have it, people. Let's get to the stereo pairing session. I'm going to pair two of them together and I'm going to see how it sounds. We start with the Sowo. Let's play something else. There you have it. It's a good idea how they compare in stereo. Like I said, it's just twice as loud. The Sowo just has a more natural overall frequency response, and in my opinion, I think that's very important. Now, still in stereo, I'll compare it against a new speaker. Alright, so you see, this speaker in the middle is the new Huaqiangbei Anchor clone. This is literally an Anchor motion boom or whatever boom speaker you see at Walmart, the one with the handle on top. I forgot what it was called, nor do I care. It's a clone of that, plus tweeters. So, is it any good? It's actually very good, as long as you disable the absolute volume. As a matter of fact, I felt like without the absolute volume, this is very, very incredible for the price. It's about good $60, $70. Better than your, the one I reviewed, was it the Ortizan thing, whatever. That thing kind of sucked even without absolute volume. So as long as you disable the absolute volume on your phone, this thing is badass, a Huaqiangbei king. But precisely because of their software bugs, it's incredibly compressed with absolute volume. I cannot actually crown it the king. Anyways, for right now, a JBL extreme sized speaker at this price, these are better than W King, I'll tell you that. In terms of bass and output, they're better. But, you know, that being said, I was restarting my computer, disabling the absolute volume in registry edit. So let's start from there. All right, starting with the Sowo stereo paired. As you can tell, it's very finicky with the Raymate without absolute volume enabled, because without absolute volume, the Raymate is basically just playing without any DSP at all. There's no bass reduction whatsoever, so could distort when you crank it up a lot, but also at lower volumes, especially on the computer, the Raymate actually sounded very, very nice. It's just, I don't know, I feel like they had some bugs in software. Just like, there's a lot of Bluetooth speakers out there these days that has bugs like all over the place, especially these cheaper ones, because they don't put in an effort in trying to debug all that stuff. They just make it and it works. It's just gonna toss it on the market. People's gonna buy it anyways. But still, I would recommend this Raymate if you want an all-in-one like party speaker, because it does get pretty loud. There's also this bass up feature. Anyways, I'm gonna do a review on this. This video is about the Sowo. It's kind of getting out of topic. Anyways, bass test time.放下你的自尊，别跟我 ego。女生牵着我的细手，正面能量越净化，我每天都一直在吸收。Say hello, I say Nico， 别说的太多，你已经超过我的感受，你们终将会懂。在点看到个个都很 spicy。给你快的破事，跟我到10点，公分绝对没错，让老枪反手，黄皮黑鬼说，你们全部低点脑弱。傻逼啊傻逼啊傻逼啊傻逼啊傻逼啊，搞什么傻逼样子？先给钱才帮你说，像妓女你没嫖过，把音乐开最大，先喝到香水。听清楚，土豪就懂你不是大配地狱。Run to the hood, do the feel so good. Let's try on the street, feel that I ain't cool. 我在说什么？你们最好听清楚。221 WUDU， 到了早上总是睡到自然醒。打给我的 homie， 我们在街边交易。不要想要自己去打开我的消息。Alright, teardown time. Let's take this thing apart. See what we got inside. Alright, couple of screws here. Remove it. I'm assuming the circuit board would come out. Oh yeah, these are definitely the same company The made these is the Miatone people. That ACME chip right there. That's the Bluetooth chip. I'm assuming it's different, but nah, it doesn't matter because the DSP is in this thing. And this little one looks to be the RGB controller. My guess is an RGB controller, or it could be a power. Nope, the power management is over here. So yeah, that's the RGB controller. That's what I'm guessing. You got RGB lights here. Your RGB lights here. Nicely sealed. Everything is like glued up together so that it doesn't vibrate, which is a good thing with Bluetooth speakers like these. I don't expect them to use like freaking screws or clamps to hold it down in place, or rubber feet or anything like that, because this is a cheap thing. You glue it down and I get it. Pretty decent board, pretty cramped, but you know, as you can see, the board is well made, and says it's made in 2021 there, and well labeled. The masking is really decent. It's also labeled the bass and treble so that you don't plug in the wrong one. It's also a different kind of a connector. Nice attention to detail here, and I don't know if you'll be able to see, but in the speaker unit, the rubber sealing, this is a gasket, it's not foam, it's rubber. This gasket is rubber. That's also a sign of quality, the fact that they care about this being waterproof. Let's pop the drivers out. Battery is 218650, 7.4 volts, just like every other Chinese Bluetooth speaker. Right here's your woofer driver, 4 ohms 20 watt, nice neodymium magnet. Vented basket is the cone. It looks like treated paper. Yeah, it's treated paper cone with that metal dust cap over there. We also got a tweeter, just a 1-inch Mylar tweeter. This is 6 ohms, 10 watts. Pretty nice. I think the speakers were made by the same company that made the Ortizon drivers. But I don't know. I mean, they probably came from the same factory, just like every other Xtelvo stuff. Well, there you have it. That's the teardown. It's finally over. Video, it's a good 22-minute video. Very in-depth. I hope that would help. You know, I'd say these Sowo Surgeboom 3 is a good speaker to get. If you want some decent JBL Charge 6, JBL Charge 5, but you don't got money for that thing because it's like $150, get these instead. It's $50.